Alright, hello everyone. It is Sunday night, Monday morning, and I am out of red stickies. I'm on page 72, where he's starting his discussion of niacin, and, you know, it's widely known that that chapter is loaded with inaccuracies and all that fun stuff, but now here we go. You see a nice little rainbow of red and yellow and some blue. I'll get to the blues in a second. Don't worry, I haven't found any, profound truths in here. I'm just trying to be nice, which I don't really have to be, but I'm trying. Just some real quick nuggets in here. Starting on page 23, he's describing how the purification program works. Let's see, I'll just go through these sentences as they are. How does the purification program work? Running is done to get the blood circulating deeper into the tissues where toxic residuals are lodged and thus act to loosen and release the accumulated harmful deposits and get them moving. Very important then is that the running is immediately followed by sweating in the sauna to flush out the accumulations which have now been dislodged. Okay, I almost stopped reading right there because that's about as clear proof that Hubbard doesn't know what he's talking about as anything I can find. Even though running is well known to have positive cardiovascular impacts, penetrating deep into some hidden facts is not one of them. I just to be duly diligent, I looked very hard for a while, much longer than I should have, to find any sort of independent validation of this principle of new capillaries opening up or the expansion of arteries and veins. Couldn't find any of it. And even if it did work like that, once fats and toxins and whatever are in the bloodstream, they're not coming out from the pores. They're going straight to the liver, and they're coming out as piss. Sweat does have some urea. I mean, that's known, but it's in such minuscule quantities that you would have to sweat liters upon liters upon liters. You would die before you sweat out enough urea, to say nothing of any other toxin, to have any positive impact. So, it's again, and he repeats this later on page 26, I think, or 28, no, 32. My bad. Page 32. See, a lot of red stickies. I'm lost in the stickies. The second action, which directly follows the running, is sweating. A person goes into the sauna immediately after running in order to sweat. The impurities which have been freed up by the increased circulation can now be dispelled from the system and leave the body through the pores. And see, he even has a nice illustration here of, toxins going into the blood and out. See, he drew it himself. It's going out through the blood. It's not coming, seeping up through the pores. It's ridiculous. He has a chapter in here on oils, how apparently replacing, the human body has to replace the expelled fat with good fat, and therefore the way to do that is through oils. And again, it's this common sense kind of thing. If the human body needed oils in order to generate fat, we would have been doing it by now. We'd have some kind of mechanism to do that instead of just devouring carbohydrates. Again, it's ridiculous. Let's see. Oh, he also has a great discussion on how there have been no real empirical studies into the proper human diet. He bases this claim, from best that I can tell, on the work of a French naturalist from the 18th century. Maybe it was 19th, I think it was 18th. Anyway, this particular naturalist claimed that humans had lower life expectancy relative to mammals. Other mammals were living 6-7 times their growth period, whereas humans were only living 3 or 4 times. And Hubbard picks up on this and says, well, the reason why we're only living 3 to 4 times our growth period is because we don't know what our proper diet is. And not only has a naturalist since been discredited, by 2 centuries of research, but we don't need an empirical study to know what we eat. All the humans who ate the stuff that humans shouldn't eat died out many tens of thousands of years ago. They're out of the gene pool. And we're pretty sure, you know, hey, Frank dropped dead after eating that berry. Maybe we shouldn't eat that berry. You know, we don't need an empirical study. So, you know, Hubbard trying to write, you know, I'm gonna launch this study. It's ridiculous. Anyway, the last thing I'll go out on, because I don't want to take the whole 10 minutes on this, he's going into CalMag, calcium and magnesium drink that, you know, apparently helps with deficiencies. And he says, in pairing up these two minerals, the main factor to be resolved in order to obtain positive benefit from calcium dosage was this. Calcium does not go into the solution in the body and is not utilized unless it is in an acid. That is the odd thing about calcium. It has to have an acidic base in which to operate. Okay, again, human body, mostly water. You drink a glass of milk, you eat a dairy product. You don't need to, you know, have an acid chaser in order to get that calcium effect. It's just, again, it's just one of these claims that even a modicum of critical thinking shows otherwise. It's just like, anyway, I need more red stickies. So I'm gonna post this and then go to bed and then buy some stickies tomorrow and keep on going. But this obviously is become just farcical at this point. The main claim of getting fats out through the pores is so bogus. And since it is the primary purpose of saunas and sweating, I mean, just the rest of it is oh well, I made a promise, I shall keep it. Anonymous delivers, and knowledge is free. Catchphrase, catchphrase. So, part 2 out. I will update you all tomorrow.